So welcome to day 19 of our bioenergy and well-being reset. So in this video, I'm going to talk about our intuition and our intuitive senses and what that means and how that works within the context of our bioenergy practice, and also to look at how we can tune into our intuition, to have an exercise to bring ourselves more inward, to tune into that inner sense of knowing. Okay, so our intuition is our inner guidance. It's our connection to our heart, to our soul, to our spirit, to our higher self. It's a connection to our intuitive senses. We can have intuitive senses. Now we have our regular senses of sight, taste, touch, hearing, and smell. We also have additional senses like our proprioceptive, our vestibular sense, our interoceptive sense. But with our intuitive senses, what we're doing is connecting within to our heart and then connecting outwards to the energy that's all around us. And we have communication and protection zones within and around our physical body, which are called our auric fields. And these zones allow us to communicate with the energy that is within and around us. So it's like a receiver, information receiver and information transmitter. You know how these auric fields work. So our intuitive senses work in tandem with these protective and communication zones within around our physical body as well. And with our intuitive senses, we can have a sense where we have a sense of sight, where we might see things in our mind's eye intuitively, or sometimes people see visibly outside of themselves as well. We have our auditory sense, or some people would sense in what we would call our mind's ear, or may actually hear outside of their physical ear the way we would normally hear as well. These intuitive senses can come through differently for everybody. We have our empathetic sense, which is, our sense of empathy, or a sense of feeling, a sense of knowing how something might feel for another, or feeling how something is feeling for another as well. And we also have our sense of knowing, our prophetic sense as well. So these senses are there for everybody on the planet. Everybody has access to these senses, but we don't always focus on them. They are active, but we don't always focus in on them or bring awareness to them, or sometimes we shut them down a bit as well. So with these intuitive senses, they begin to develop as you do energy practices and as you train in bioenergy as well. And we all have access to all of them, but some of them come through a little bit more strongly for some people over others. So we all have dominance in some over others, but we all have access to all of them. And they're amazing to tune into. They are our guidance in life. They're our gut sense. We can call it our sixth sense, our inner knowing. There's lots of different terms on this intuitive information that comes through our intuitive senses as well. But it's a beautiful process to watch evolve for our students and our graduates as well, and it's a beautiful experience for us to go through. Now we're always working with our energy hygiene practices with everything that we do as well, but this is just really tuning into what's there anyway. We have our sixth sense, we have our gut sense, we have our inner knowing, so it's just tuning in more strongly to that. So that's how our intuitive senses would develop with our bioenergy practice. And then a practice that we can use to tune into our sixth sense, our gut sense, our inner knowing, our intuitive senses is, so the energy of something that's true for us feels light, feels expansive. So something that is yes for our subconscious, for our higher self, will feel lighter. Something that is true for our heart, it will feel lighter. It will have an expanded feeling. We can really finely tune into this within our physical body, because our body will actually feel lighter when something is true for us. It will feel more expanded. And then when something is not true for us, whether it's information we're listening to, a decision we're trying to make, foods that we're going to eat and we're trying to think, is this, have I full tolerance for this or not? We will feel a contraction. So something that is not true for us, that is a no, that is not true for us in that moment, that is not the right thing for us in that moment, it will feel not the right thing for our heart, for our spirit, for our soul, for our higher self. It will feel like a contraction. It will feel like a no. Now we're human, we're here to have a human experience, so we can feel that contraction and we can still make a decision to go for something if we want it as well. So this is not about I can only make decisions in one way or the other based on this. It's about guidance, and it's about tuning into that guidance. And then once we tune into that guidance, what do we have on the other side of that? We have choice. So then we have total free will to make whatever choice we want to on the other side of that guidance, to do with the information that we're getting from this expansion, this yes, or from this contraction, this no as well. So even to try that out in your day ahead, it's, the energy of our intuition is quiet, the energy of our ego is quite loud. So if we're tuning into our intuition, we need to give ourselves quiet space. Not be in a busy space. And the more you practice this, it's like building up a muscle. So the more you practice this, you can be in busier space and tune really, really strongly into your intuition. But in the beginning, when you're trying this out, if it's new for you, or if you've been out of practice for a while, it's just tuning into your heart, and it's make statements, ask questions, and see if the energy in your body, if the feeling in your body feels light or feels contracted. So is it true for you? It's lighter, or is it not true for you? It's more contracted. So give it a go. If you try it out and you have any comments, just pop them into the comments below. I'd love to hear. And if you have any questions, just let me know.